We are making pork caldereta. So here are the ingredients. We have pork butter shoulder, potatoes, bay leaf, strained tomato, tomato paste, Himalayan salt, crushed red pepper, black pepper, fish sauce, dark soy sauce, liver pate, bell peppers, sweet, carrots, onion, and lots of fresh minced garlic. Here is the meat that I bought and the weights. So we're gonna cut them and dice them. And we are gonna start by sauteing it. Not till it's fully cooked, just till it's lightly browned on the outside, not even brown, but until most of the pink red color is gone. I chose to cook it in the wok because it's easier to saute it in here. And now we're going to cook it in the actual stewing pot that I've chosen, which is this large pasta pot. We're going to coat the bottom with some avocado oil. Now pork carries a lot of fat, so you don't have to put a lot of avocado oil on the bottom, just enough to coat it. We have this at a medium-high heat. As you can see, as soon as the oil gets hot, then we're gonna add our fresh minced garlic. I always use fresh minced. I'm not a big fan of the paste or the jarred version. I find that it loses its flavor. So the more the merrier. Filipino dishes typically have a lot of garlic in it. For this huge pot, I'm probably using a quarter cup to half a cup of freshly minced garlic. And signature way of cooking the garlic is lightly browning it in a lot of the Filipino dishes. And what that does is it gives the dish a nuttier flavor. So we're going to continue to saute this on a medium-high heat. Now it does burn quickly, so you have to stay right by it and watch it. As soon as it starts to turn color, that's when you're going to add the next ingredient to slow the cooking process down. As you can see here, it's starting to turn color. So now we're going to add our chopped onions. This is one large chopped onion. You can add a little bit more if you like. I think one large onion is good enough for this pot. You just want it to give a base flavor. It's not the main seasoning flavor for the caldereta. And we're going to saute that until it becomes translucent. And then you're going to add back the sauteed pork pieces that we cooked in the wok. Add all the juices because that's what gives it flavor. So we're going to stir that up to evenly distribute the onions and the garlic. Now when I cook, I like to create layers. So I try to season at every stage. So obviously the pork has no flavoring, so we're going to start flavoring the pork. I just like to add that this is one of my family's favorite dishes. We're going to start with about 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt. Now feel free to add less if you're watching your salt intake. There we go. The red crushed chili pepper. Now, every time I've had caldereta, there's a slight kick to it. You can add as much or as little as you want. I probably used a tablespoon. We like everything spicy. We have about 2 teaspoons of black pepper. And I like this brand. It's spicy too. Now, because this is a large pot, we're gonna add more than usual. I have about 5 to 6 bay leaves in here. Obviously, when you're making a smaller portion, you're going to use half the ingredients. Now, a lot of the ingredients that I'm using, apart from the leaves, is a guess. I'm guesstimating everything because I typically don't measure anything. So it's based on what I see, and you could taste it as you go along as well. So we're just gonna stir up all the seasonings within the pork bits so that it gets distributed evenly. And now we're gonna create the sauce for the caldereta. First thing I'm gonna add is a whole jar of strained tomatoes. And then we're gonna add our 2 cans of tomato paste. Like I said, if you're making a smaller portion, you're gonna reduce the size. You're only gonna add 1 can, of course. So because this is a huge pot, I'm gonna be using 2. You can actually use other proteins like beef or chicken for caldereta. My preferred protein is pork because it absorbs the flavors so well. Stir it up a little bit. We're gonna add our 2nd can of tomato paste. Get it all in there. I try not to waste anything. So in the jar of the strained tomato, I find that there's always a lot of tomato sauce residue left in the jar. So I always like to add liquid in it, shake it up, and try to get all of it out as much as possible. In this case, I'm going to put water into that jar, and I'm going to bring it up close to the top because we have to add water to this dish anyway. You want the water to come up just above the pork. So as you can see, I almost filled that jar up, and I just poured it in. That's about the amount of water you want in there, because what's going to happen is you're going to be cooking this for about an hour to an hour and a half until the pork is soft and all the potatoes and carrots are soft. So it will thicken and dry up. You need that extra liquid to keep it moist. So I added almost a jar of water. Like I said, you just want the water to lightly cover the pork. Here is a large jar from Costco. It's the Kirkland pitted olives. I don't add the whole jar right away. I only add half of the jar, just in case the olives start to break down. I want whole olives in there to be visible at the end. So we're gonna let this simmer for about half an hour with the lid. And now we're gonna open it up after half an hour. We're gonna continue to add flavorings for the sauce. Here is where I add the 3 containers of liver pate. And I get this from the dollar store, believe it or not. Metro sells it for like double the price. I'm like, why? So I actually love the flavor. This gives it an umami flavor too. And I added 3. You can add a minimum for this size, at least 2. I just felt like adding 3 just for the extra flavoring. It doesn't taste like liver at all. It's actually quite delicious. And it helps to cut the sharpness and the sourness of the tomato sauce. So we're just gonna melt it through and stir the pork in with the liver fat pate. We're gonna close it up and let it simmer for another 15 minutes. And now we're gonna add some more flavorings. This is our dark soy sauce, and I like dark soy sauce because it also helps to enrich the color too. So it's not gonna be that fluorescent red color. Mix that all in, and I don't know, I'm gonna say it was about 2 tablespoons. let it simmer again for another 15 minutes. So that's an hour in total. Now we're gonna toss in our potatoes that we're soaking. So they're peeled and diced. And we're also gonna add our carrots. So if I've learned my lesson, if you add the potatoes and the carrots too soon, by the time the pork is cooked, the potatoes would have disintegrated. There'll be no potato chunks. So I usually add this in the last half hour of cooking. So by this time, we've already been simmering the pork. I forgot to say it, to a medium low heat for about an hour. So after the hour, then you add the potatoes and the carrots. This dish does freeze very well, so you can meal prep it and break it up into your meal for the week. And then we're gonna add our sugar. This is about a tablespoon and a half. It's just for balance because there's a lot of salty, savory flavors. It just enhances the flavor of the dish. And then finally, we're gonna add the rest of the olives that we had reserved previously. And we're gonna mix that all up. Caldereta is one of those dishes that actually tastes better the next day, even the day after that. Now, caldereta is an iconic traditional Filipino dish. I find that all the iconic dishes always show up at the Filipino parties for those special occasions because it's so much more work. It's not something you could typically cook on a daily basis because we usually don't have enough time. Now, I do add a sprinkle of baking soda, and this is my trick. When you taste the sauce and you find that it's really, really sour or very tart, just a sprinkle of baking soda, not too much. So here I probably put half a teaspoon of baking soda, and it'll get frothy, but then it'll go away. But it just cuts the acidity of the tomato sauce. And this will help with people, especially who have GERD. Now, this is a must. I know there are a lot of people that do not like fish sauce because of its pungent smell. I promise you that this fish sauce will not make the dish smell fishy at all. It's an important umami flavor in the dish. So I always add fish sauce for the sauce. And I tend to add it towards the end because if you add it in the beginning, it may get too salty, especially as the liquid reduces. So once the liquid's kind of reduced, then you can add your fish sauce to the dish. And the peppers are added at the very end. So 15 minutes before you finish, I would let 10 to 15. I would add in your sweet bell peppers. Traditional, it's just red, but there was a sale on a multi-pack of red, orange, and yellow, so what the heck. I added those colors. It makes it more vibrant. So you're gonna let this simmer for another 5 to 10, 15 minutes, and then enjoy your caldereta on a hot bed of rice.